what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, in this one, we are going to talk about all kinds of stuff. We have a new way to clean earwax out of your ears, believe it or not. Yeah. Maybe using animal medicine to help cure cancer. Yeah. All kinds of other cool stuff. So, hope you guys are doing well out there. I'm doing okay. I want everybody to be thriving. Thrive is the new motto of the channel. So I hope you guys thrive. I am hoping to thrive as well. So, this is SITREP 73. This is Sunday, the 30th of May, 2021. So as you guys know, I try to put God first on this channel, and so here we go. I want to give you a little bit of insight in how I feel about this whole cancer thing. So there was a time when Jesus, it was the night before he was going to be crucified and punished and beaten and spit on and called all kinds of names and all things they did to him for doing nothing wrong. So he was going into the garden at Gethsemane, and I'll read a passage to you. This is Matthew chapter 26, starting with verse 36. Then Jesus came with them to a place called Gethsemane, and he told the disciples, "Sit here while I go over there and pray." Taking along Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, he began to be sorrowful and troubled. Why is he sorrowful and troubled? Because he knows what's coming. He said to them, "I am deeply grieved to the point of death. Remain here and stay awake with me." Going a little further, he fell face down and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not as I will, but as you will." Now what's he saying there? Jesus is basically praying to his Father, God, not to put him through everything he's about to go through, because he knows how hard it's going to be. But what does he say? He says, "Not because I want it, but if it's your will, Lord." So I look at my cancer kind of the same way, guys, right? So I pray to be healed, but I know at the end of the day, it's God's will on whether he decides to heal me or not. And I accept my fate. Do I want to go through everything that I'm going to be going through? No. But I accept it because that's God's will. If that's the way it's going to be, that's the way it's going to be. So, hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight on where my mind is at. I know sometimes I talk about my death as if it's going to happen. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm prepared for it. Okay? But I hope it's not God's will to do that. But if it is, I'm prepared. And I'm totally at peace with it. So there it is. There's a little insight into my soul. So here's a quiz for you guys. So what am I? I'm gonna give you some symptoms. You tell me what the possible issue is. Number 1, chapped lips. Number 2, constipation. Number 3, dark, cloudy urine. So, the third one should have tipped you off right away, right? Dehydration. So I had all 3 of those symptoms, and I've been drinking water. But, what does that tell me? Yeah, I haven't been drinking enough. So, I think what I might have to do is get some kind of Gatorade or something like that. It's gonna, you have some lights in it, some electrolytes to help me, maintain my fluids, or I should say, keep the fluids in my body and help them, hydrate my cells. Because I think what's happening right now is I'm drinking straight water and I'm just flushing it right through me. And it's not really hydrating me. Oh, and the fourth symptom, my weight. My weight this week was down to 125.8. So that kind of weight loss in a week has to be water loss. Has to be. I haven't been doing that much exercising, so yeah. Those are 4 very simple symptoms that I'm dehydrated. So thought I'd share that with you. So now I have to, fight that upward battle and keep from getting impacted, right? I mean, I'm telling you, these what I met in the last SITREP, when I mean monitoring stuff is important, it's very important, and it'll get out of hand very quickly, as you can see. It's a bummer, but it has to be done, and you got to do it right. Hey guys, I'm coming at you half naked here because I want to show you my the new G-tube and kind of show you how it works real quick. So first off, this right here is an adapter hose, and I need this because the new tube attaches differently to the feed tube. So this here fits between the feed tube that comes off the feed bag and the feed tube that's in my belly. So this end just screws onto the feed bag, and this side here, I don't know if you can see it, but it says lock. See that? Anyway, has that little arrow on it. So here's my sexy little, my new sport tube. Just pull this little cap off here, and then this lock piece, or the word lock, goes over to the 3 o'clock position, like so. I'm doing this kind of using the camera, so I can't really see what I'm doing here. So it goes in like that, and you just rotate it 3/4 of a turn. And now it's attached, it won't come off. And now you just screw this into the feed bag and open this up right here. Of course, I'm not going to open this up because then this stuff in my stomach's going to come out. But that's all you have to do. And then disconnect it. You just rotate this around 3/4 of a turn again and pull it out. That's all there is to it. There's a one-way valve in here. So this thing has a little nub on it. I don't know if you can see it. Tiny little nub right there. See that? That's what opens up. Yeah, it's not going to focus. You can kind of see it. That's what opens up this valve. So, just cover it up. Boop. Good to go. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah. Oh, and this right here. See all these tattoos? I have tattoos from everywhere I've lived. And these are the only ones I have from Florida. These were the witness marks that they used when I went for radiation. They bolted me down to the table and they adjusted my body around a little bit, using these as witness marks to make sure that my body was aligned the same every single time. That's why I have those. Those are my Florida tattoos. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah. As you know, on Monday, I went in and I had the drain put in my ear. And it was just done right in the office. I went in, sat down, the doc basically told me what he was going to do. He put some numbing agent in my ear. And I've had this doc before. I gotta say, I didn't really care for his bedside manner. And I remembered that as soon as I started talking to him again on Monday, I remembered him. Anyway, I digress. So, put the numbing stuff in my ear, and then he went in with the scalpel. When he cut into my eardrum, I felt it. And I told him, I said, hey, I just felt that. he put the drain in, I felt that. And then I gotta tell you though, almost instantly I could hear. Like, I could hear. That ear was almost completely deaf. So I was psyched. And then he put like a tube in my ear. And he sucked out my ear. He said it got about a teaspoon of liquid out of my ear. Out of my inner ear. And I can hear really well. And I don't hear the blood coursing through the blood vessels in my head anymore, thank God. Thank God. And then he packed my ear, and that was it. I mean, it was done in like a couple of minutes. I'm really happy with it, other than the fact that, I don't think he waited long enough for the numbing agent to take effect. Or maybe it didn't get to where it needed to go, or something, I'm not sure. But, yeah, I definitely felt it. It didn't hurt a whole lot, but it was not pleasant. Your eardrum is not something you should feel. Trust me on this, people. It's not something you should feel. And so now, the only real precaution that I have, obviously can't use Q-tips. I made the mistake of asking them that, like, yeah, how do I clean this thing out, like, now that I can't use Q-tips? They kind of looked over at me, like, you're not supposed to use Q-tips. Like, duh, everybody knows that, but they use it anyway, don't they? I mean, come on. Anyway, what he told me I should do is take a cotton ball and just kind of like moisten it a little bit with Vaseline, and then plug that in my ear, or pack it into my ear, I should say. So it's not going to be like waterproof, but it's not meant to be. It's just enough to, try and keep water out. Because he said my ear would be very, very susceptible to water getting in it now with the drain in there, obviously, right? Because now it's gonna free access right into my middle ear. So, but yeah, that's it. Just pack my ear with some Vaseline and a cotton swab. I mean, not cotton swab. That's against the rules. I'm in a cotton ball, not a cotton swab. Dear God. Hey, so check this out. This is my new B-Bird. It's a little mini camera, and it's pretty sweet. It's Wi-Fi enabled, so you download their app to your cell phone, and then you go to your Wi-Fi settings and you turn on the B-Bird Wi-Fi, and that links the camera to your phone, and then it comes with 5 little spoons you can see here, and you connect those to the end of the camera. And then you can go in your ear while you're watching on your phone, and you can clean out, wax in your ear and stuff, right? So it's better than, digging your ear with a Q-tip, right? And packing stuff in your ear. But one of the cool things in my situation is I especially can't use Q-tip now because I got the drain in my ear, so I don't dare put a Q-tip in there because I can jam that thing. I can push it actually through my eardrum, inside my inner ear, and I'd have to have surgery to get it out, which, my eardrum's probably going to be trashed after that. So I don't dare put anything in my ear, but I can use this thing to actually go in and clean out, little bits of wax in there, just scoop it out with the spoon, which is pretty cool. It records to your phone, and then you can download the video from your phone to your PC. So that's what I did here. Is a little bit of footage of me going in. So I actually took the spoon off, so I'm just using the camera on this, but you can see the graphics are actually not too bad. It's supposed to be 1080p. I don't think it's quite that good, but it's a pretty decent shot of my drain anyway, right? I mean, it only costs $35. I think that's pretty decent. Now I can safely clean out my ear without having to worry. So, pretty sweet. Definitely worth the money, I think. So while we're talking about kind of cool little health things. You guys remember I had sores on the side of my tongue. I got a lot of good feedback from you guys, and I went and looked at some canker meds, and I came across this stuff. It's made by the Goodbye Company, and it's for canker sores. And this stuff is 9 omega oils, and it's infused with lavender, clove, and cilantro. And I gotta tell you, after only 2 days, well, you can see the before and after pictures right here. You can see the right side of my tongue. On the left side, that's the before shot, and then the right picture is the after shot. That was only 2 days. I am absolutely amazed with this stuff. I'm still in a little bit of pain. I mean, I can feel it, but it doesn't really hurt like it did before. I mean, before I used that stuff, my tongue was hurting. I mean, trust me, it was hurting. And then almost, like I said, 2 days, it was pretty much healed up. And I don't know if you can see it on the pictures too. I started for just the heck of it, putting it on my lips because my lips were really badly chapped. And also, it not only kind of took all the dead skin off of my lips, but it also started healing them too. I was only putting lip balm on at night, and I was using this stuff during the day. And in 2 days, it pretty much healed up all the big issues on my lips as well. So I swear by this stuff. I mean, they didn't sponsor me or anything, but I think it was it, $15? It's the best $15 I've spent lately. I gotta tell you that. It's pretty good stuff. I highly recommend it. So a friend of mine turned me on to this. He found an article that there is a drug normally used on animals to deworm them that actually has promising results against cancer. So check this out. I hate to read this to you guys, but I'm gonna read it to you. This is from the Hindu Business Line magazine, I guess, from August of 2018. Indian scientists have found that fenbendazole, a broad-spectrum anti-parasitic drug used in veterinary sector, could be useful against cancer as well. To check the effectiveness of fenbendazole, researchers first treated human non-small cell lung cancer cells, type of lung cancer cells, with fenbendazole and analyzed cancer cells with immunofluorescent technique. They found the drug causes partial alteration of microtubule network around the cell nucleus. Tumor cell lines also showed enhanced cell death inducing activity in the presence of wild type p53 tumor suppression genes. Researchers tested fenbendazole in mice, feeding them the drug orally every second day for 12 days. After the end of the 12th day, tumors were excised, measured, and weighed. Researchers found reduction in tumor size and weight. Results suggested that fenbendazole inhibits tumor cell growth in vivo, which means in live organisms, by inducing apoptosis of tumor cells. Apoptosis means death. Cancer cells are known to show increased glucose uptake for their energy requirements. So, researchers tested the effect of fenbendazole on glucose uptake in human cancer cells. 2 different types of cells, cancer cells, H460 and H549 cells, were treated with fenbendazole. Researchers found inhibition in glucose uptake in both cell lines. According to researchers, fenbendazole may also be advantageous in evading drug resistance commonly encountered in cancer therapy. Since the process of tumorigenesis reduced tumor size in mice fed with fenbendazole for 12 days involves a number of genes and proteins altering various cell signaling pathways, signal target drugs often show limited efficacy and may lead to drug resistance. Drugs having multiple cell targets, therefore, are expected to have improved efficacy, besides the ability to circumvent the likelihood of developing resistance. Our findings show that fenbendazole acts through moderate microtubule disruption, p53 stabilization, and interference with glucose metabolism, leading to preferential elimination of cancer cells both in vitro and in vivo. In vitro means in test tubes, and in vivo in living organisms. Explained Dr. Tapas, I'm not going to try his last name because with M, former director of the NCHGSR, who led the study. The use of microtubule targeting agents for treatment of multiple tumor types is very common, but their effectiveness is often hampered due to drug resistance. Usually, development of new drugs requires a considerable amount of time, money, and effort. Developing a promising molecule into an approved drug often takes several years. It is therefore crucial to employ strategies to overcome these impediments. Repurposing of veterinary drugs showing promising results for humans can result in considerable time and cost reduction required to develop new drugs, said Dr. M. According to the researchers, fenbendazole is known for a high safety margin, and most species tolerate it very well. It has very low degree of toxicity and high degree of safety in experimental animals. Hence, it can be a good candidate for anti-cancer therapy. Alternatively, it can also be used as an adjuvant therapy. Adjuvant means like post-primary cancer therapies. This would be a good follow-on therapy is what it's saying. FDA, as well as other published preclinical data on the toxicological studies performed on animals, shows that fenbendazole administered in different species at dosages several times the approved dosage does not cause any adverse effect in animals. Therefore, our previous study also showed minimal toxicity of fenbendazole in normal human cells. Considering this information, fenbendazole could be an ideal candidate for development as an anti-cancer agent, said Dr. M. So there you have it. There are people here in the United States that have been taking this drug orally, and it's real cheap. It's like $5 for like 50 pills. You get it on Amazon, for crying out loud. Some people claim that they've been healed, their cancer has been stopped taking this drug. So I'll put it out there. It's pretty attractive. I mean, for somebody that's terminally ill, what do you have to lose kind of thing? I mean, what the heck? It looks pretty attractive to me, I gotta tell you. Just saying. So that is gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the week has gone good for everybody. Everything here was pretty smooth. I did my second week of iteration 2 on Friday, a couple days ago, so I feel pretty good from that. No side effects. It's always a blessing. Thank you as always to my subs and my loyal followers. Thank you. It's always good to hear from you guys, and a lot of good banter, a lot of good discussion, a lot of good comments. Keep those coming. So yeah, until next time, guys, have a great week. Take care of one another out there. Take care of yourself. You gotta take care of yourself. And we'll see you next time, all right? Bye.